is Fanny Hesse? Fanny Hesse has helped almost all iGEM teams and synthetic biologists and microbiologists all around the world. She was married to a microbiologist herself, Walter Hesse, who worked in Robert Koch's laboratory studying air quality in 1881. She, like most women at the time, had many housekeeping duties, but also worked in an unpaid capacity, assisting her husband Walter to prepare bacterial growth media, cleaning equipment and producing scientific illustrations, much like a modern day lab technician. She became familiar with his work. In Koch's lab, Walter struggled to perform experiments on the gelatin medium that was used to culture bacteria at the time. This is because gelatin is very heat unstable and liquefied easily, which is problematic when you're trying to obtain pure colonies, as with liquid everything just mixes up. Alternatively, they even tried potato slices, but that didn't work very well either. Here comes the genius of Fanny. She suggested using agar to cultivate bacteria. Through her housekeeping duties, making jams and chutneys, she was familiar with the properties of agar as a gelling agent and knew it was able to maintain its physical properties at warm temperatures. She had learnt about agar from a mother's friend that lived in the East Indies where the seaweed extract originated. With agar, many of the technical problems hindering Hesse's work, and therefore Koch's work, were solved. Koch briefly mentioned the development, but he fails to credit either Walter or Fanny in his 1882 paper announcing the identification of the bacteria that caused tuberculosis. Fanny Hesse's creative insight was thus written out of history. Even today, the Wikipedia article about Robert Koch masks Fanny's contribution to microbiological history, simply stating that Koch began to utilise agar and grow and isolate pure cultures, without mentioning her. In the late 19th century, the use of agar to isolate bacteria was initially referred to as Koch's plate technique. It's hard to overstate how important Fanny's insight was. Every microbiology lab across the world relies on agar in some capacity. It enabled progress and development like no other and is still of huge importance today. I'm sure every team here in iGEM will be using agar and will understand how much harder their projects and research will be if instead they had to use gelatin or some other heat unstable media as their culture media.